Welcome back to Fox 32 Sunday. Our guest is McHenry County State Rep Jack Franks, Democrat of Marengo, and we talk a lot about reducing government. You had a bill that barely got out of the House, 61 votes, but you're afraid it's going to die in the state Senate with some dirty tricks going on. What's the deal?
What happened was my own senator picked up the bill to kill it.
Senator Pam Altoff.
Yeah, who I've worked with very closely on other things, but this is a bill that she voted for a few years ago. We did an example of DuPage County a few years ago to give them the same powers that I'm trying now to give to both Lake and McHenry, because we have some of the highest property taxes in the entire country. And
so in DuPage County, they've eliminated at least a few units of government, a water agency, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to save about $10 million a year, which ain't chump change.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And here we are in Lake and McHenry's paying the highest property taxes in the country, and my own senator says, you know what, I want to strip McHenry County out of that.
Okay, now if we lined them all up against a wall, they'd all say, oh, we want to save money, we want to get rid of government.
Right.
But here's a bill. McHenry County, Lake County could reduce government. What's the real deal? There are some agencies there that are afraid they might be eliminated.
Right, and we have these taxing bodies that are unelected, unaccountable, that spend $28 million a year. And
what are you talking about? Let's have some names.
Well, we have Conservation District, which does a pretty good job, but then again, they've got a private, police force. They can be folks that, if they want to be elected, this would not pertain to them. This bill only pertains.
Why can't that be done by the county board?
They don't.
Why do we need a separate board for that?
Because they won't do it. And because you know what? It's about contracts. It's about pinstripe patronage. It's about building up vendors and folks
It's infuriating.
Yes.
I get my tax bill on the south side of Chicago, and everybody south of 87th Street in the city of Chicago pays taxes for the South Cook County Mosquito Abatement District. Really?
Exactly.
Really? We can't give that to ROM and Streets and Sand? What?
Exactly. That's the problem in this state. And we have almost 7,000 units of local government, 2,000 more than the next closest state, and that's why we have the second highest property taxes in the entire country. So I'm trying to empower our local governments to consolidate government, and they're fighting me on it. They don't want that power because they like it just as it is, because that's where their buddies are, that's where their cronies are, and it's patronage.
All right, so give us
completely.
some names. The Conservation District is called what?
McHenry County Conservation District, but I'm not even aiming at that. They're not my goal. I don't have a goal.
Give us some agencies that you'd abolish. Even if they're doing a good job, let's consolidate them and save some overhead.
Well, we also have, for instance, we've got our Valley High, which is our nursing home. Let me tell you how bad it is. They do a great job, but they have $35 million in excess money, and they continue to levy at the very highest maximum rate. So as a result, they keep bringing more and more money that they don't even spend, and they overtax us.
Sits in a bank somewhere.
Sits in a bank.
Some bank's getting money, making money off it.
Very little. But the point is, why are the taxpayers throwing all this money at government? And they brag about having, well, we have a AAA bond rating. The reason you have a AAA bond rating is because you're overtaxing us. Stop it. And I want to empower the county to consolidate these governments and to reduce the size of governments and reduce our property taxes. And they're fighting me on it.
All right. We've had State Senator Christine Radogno here just ahead of your visit. Representative Franks. I asked her about the secret meetings. Apparently, the revenue legislators meeting in super secret meetings. The code word for the guys talking and gals talking about money is Vegas.
Right.
Good idea, bad idea? Are you part of the secret meetings?
No, I wasn't invited. I even actually asked what are the working groups and who have been put on them, and they couldn't tell me because they said we want to keep
Speaker Madigan?
Yeah, I asked the speaker staff, and they said we can't tell you.
Huh?
Well, I said, that's not very good. I said, I have a few ideas I'd like to maybe give to talk about tax policy and ways we can reduce government.
Are we going to get a grand bargain in Springfield? Leader Radogno said she thought that might be an outcome, that Governor Rauner gets some of the things he wants, maybe workers' comp concessions, and Democrats get some of the things they want. Rahm and the city get help for the public schools.
That, in a perfect world, that would happen. I do not see that happening here.
So you think it's a fight to the death?
I do think it's a fight to the death. I think the sides are so far apart and they're talking past each other that I'd be shocked if we got a grand bargain by May 31st when we're supposed to have
Well, it ain't going to happen. She thought maybe by July. July 15th is when we miss a paycheck, right?
It doesn't make it any easier because
state workers miss a paycheck.
But after June 1st, instead of requiring 60 votes, you need 71. That's a lot harder to get 71 votes than there are 60. So I think if we don't get it done by the end of the month, I'm not sure we get it done at all.
All right, Representative Jack Franks, Democrat of McHenry County. I'm going to follow up on this bill. This is, what's the number of the bill?
That's House Bill 229.
229. All right, well, we'll see how that does. When we come back, my reporter's notebook, we're going to update some story that we've tackled in recent months. This is Fox 32 Sunday.